Hello everyone, welcome to my video which is titled Star Wars The Force Awakens Sucks. The reason I call my video The Force Awakens Sucks is because, well, this movie really sucks. In my opinion, this was the worst Star Wars movie to date. Yeah, you heard that right. I have seen the prequels and I was very critical of them. But J.J. Abrams, aka Jar Jar Abrams' new movie is much worse. This movie was so bad on so many levels that it could take a 2-hour discussion. However, I'm limiting my video to about 10 minutes as there are other videos out there which already cover all of these topics very well, or most of these topics. Things like the feminist, social justice warrior, politically correct crap, things like that. No, I'm going to talk about a topic that the other videos either don't talk about or they talk about very briefly. This topic is character development, or rather, the lack of character development. Actually, it's even worse than that. Jar Jar Abrams did the opposite, which I guess one could call character devaluation. He not only didn't develop the characters, he undid all of the character development that George Lucas so carefully crafted in the original trilogy. Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, they were all merely shadows of their former selves in The Force Awakens. But the character of Luke Skywalker in particular received the worst treatment. I will mainly talk about Luke Skywalker. I might do a short video on Chewbacca, maybe Han Solo or Darth Vader, not sure. When I get the time, if I get the time. But for now, here is part 1, Luke Skywalker. In the new movie The Force Awakens, they make Luke Skywalker basically a big crybaby who runs away from his problems. He abandons his family and his friends to go mope on a deserted island all by himself. Now, the real Luke Skywalker would never do that, as I'll demonstrate in this video. Here's my first example, a clip from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
So, you got your reward and you're just leaving then?
That's right, yeah. Got some old debts I gotta pay off with this stuff. Even if I didn't, you don't think I'd be fool enough to stick around here, do you? Why'd you come with us? Pretty good in a fight. Could use you.
Come on. Why don't you take a look around? You know what's about to happen, what they're up against. They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
Good's a reward if you ain't around to use it. Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. It's more like suicide.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, huh? I guess that's what you're best at, isn't it?
Hey, Luke. May the Force be with you.
Luke Skywalker is willing to fight against all odds for a group of people whose cause he believes in, even though he doesn't know any of them, with the exception of maybe his friend Biggs Darklighter. The Empire is better equipped and better trained than the rebels. Luke could have easily turned his back on everything, on the rebels, on the Empire, on the battle, etc., etc. He could have ran off to save his own skin, the way that Finn in the new movie tries to do in the cantina scene, getting a job with the first smuggler or freighter he finds in order to leave the planet. Luke could have done that. In fact, Luke is given an out. Luke is given an opportunity by Han Solo to avoid what looks like a suicide mission. Just before the battle, Han Solo offers him a job right on the spot. A possibly lucrative job. Luke does not only reject Han's job offer, he even berates Han Solo for not sticking around to help the rebellion. Luke could have easily said, "You know what? Screw all this. I don't want to die. I want to live." and I got a new job with Han Solo and Chewbacca. I'm out of here. But no, Luke doesn't leave. Not only does Luke choose to stay and fight in that final Death Star battle, even if it means dying, he actually gets mad at Han for not doing the same thing. This particular character trait of Luke, his selflessness, his bravery, and his tenacity, some would say stubbornness, never goes away in the original trilogy. On the contrary, it gets stronger and stronger with each movie. Example number 2. Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. While on Dagobah, Luke discovers his friends are in danger, and he wants to help them. However, both of his teachers, Obi-Wan and Yoda, both of them tell him not to go. They practically gang up on him, giving him the hard sell that he needs to stay and complete his training. So again, Luke is given an out. Does he take it? Again, the answer is no, as can be seen in this next clip of Luke Skywalker on Dagobah.
Luke, you must complete the training.
I can't keep the vision out of my head. They're my friends. I gotta help them.
You must not go.
But Han and Leia will die if I don't.
You don't know that. Even Yoda cannot see their fate.
But I can help them. I feel the Force.
But you cannot control it. This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
Yes, yes. To Obi-Wan you listen. The cave. Remember your failure at the cave.
But I've learned so much since then. Master Yoda, I promise to return and finish what I've begun. You have my word.
It is you and your abilities the Emperor wants. That is why your friends are made to suffer.
That's why I have to go.
Luke, I don't want to lose you to the Emperor the way I lost Vader.
You won't.
Stop, they must be. On this all depends. Only a fully trained Jedi Knight, with the Force as his ally, will conquer Vader and his Emperor. If you end your training now, if you choose the quick and easy path, as Vader did, you will become an agent of evil.
Patience.
And sacrifice Han and Leia.
If you honor what they fight for, yes.
If you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone. I cannot interfere.
I understand.
Luke's teacher said that it was more important for him to complete his training than rescue his friends. When Luke asks rhetorically if he should sacrifice Han and Leia, quote unquote, Yoda responds, if you honor what they fight for, yes, quote unquote. Obi-Wan tells him it's his abilities the Emperor wants, and that is why his friends are made to suffer. To which Luke responds, that's why I have to go. Luke was basically given a guilt-free pass by his teachers to abandon his friends to their death, and Luke still refuses to do so. George Lucas made it abundantly clear that Luke would never run away from his problems or turn his back on those he cared about, even against all odds. Now, Jar Jar Abrams fanboys, Force Awakens fanboys, will of course make up excuses, saying things like, well, maybe Luke felt bad about what happened to Kylo Ren. However, Luke of all people would understand that Kylo Ren is not a lost cause. After all, Luke managed to convert the most evil villain in the universe back to the good side. If he did it once before with Darth Vader, it would be completely reasonable for him to think he could do it with his own nephew. His own nephew who is younger, not as powerful as Vader, and hasn't been evil as long as Darth Vader has. That's why the last movie in the original trilogy debunks that stupid fanboy theory claiming that Luke gave up because he was distraught. Example number 3. The last movie in the original trilogy, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. On Endor, Luke tells Leia he must leave. When he explains why, she tells him to save himself, but he refuses.